What up, folks? It's your boy MMG Smurf here, coming to you live and pre-recorded. And today we're going to be talking about those ROI dapps which you've been delving in most recently, as well as the upcoming unpause of the Animal Farm and the V2 of the Piggy Bank of the Animal Farm and the greater Drip network. So, without any further ado, let me hop over to my Lappy Tappy, and here we are. Now, first thing I want to check out is Grinch Bucks. So Grinch Bucks, again, is the ROI dapp developed by Baby Grinch of the Bartertown conglomerate and the wider Drip community. So they've been in the community for quite a while. I've seen them in the community for like over a year at this point, in different telegrams and whatnot. They also are the creator of Drip.fi, the app that helps you track your potential Drip rewards and other data around the Drip network. So they are a developer. This is their first foray into decentralized ROI dapps, so some type of dapp that will actually give you a return on investment. And this is a smart one for them to go into. It's a lot less tricky than a farm or whatnot. You can pretty much just copy and paste the code, and then at that point people want to make sure that the person who's starting the application is not malicious in any sense, so they haven't tried to create some type of backdoor or anything like that, or if there is any type of situation where the creator gets like a greater portion of the tokens or something like that for even starting the dapp, that they aren't just going to rug the dapp. And so Grinch, Baby Grinch, is I think a great actor for this situation where they're plugged into the community, and this is this degen community specifically, and I know there's probably other ones more so outside of the Drip network and stuff, but this one specifically seems to be about empowerment for the greater DeFi degen community. And so I don't believe Baby Grinch is going to rug. I think there would have to be some type of exploit or something like that that has yet to take effect in any of the other clones. And by that I mean this application that I have on screen, Grinch Bucks, is a clone of the Baked Beans ROI dapp. So these are both 8% per day ROI dapps. However, Baked Beans has been around for over 6 months at this point, as well as a bunch of other ROI dapps like BNB Miner. For those, I can't even say OGs for that one. It's kind of new. But for 2021 OGs, if you want to consider that OGs, and the community and stuff like that, you're used to BNB Miner, the Matic miners. There was a whole season of miners previously, and so this is like the new iteration of that, where they bumped up from just that 1% or 3% a day all the way to 8% a day, and yeah, doing it this way. This is just the new. So here are our earnings with this. I think our earnings are so high today. For day one, we were looking at like $7 or so, and then we compounded. In day two, it's looking at $37 in this a little bit over 24-hour period at this point. And I think that's due to the fact that somebody used our referral link. So if you'd like to support Money Match Gaming's esports, so we do esports events of different blockchain games and AAA games. We also have a play to earn Discord where we incorporate different blockchain games and PDE games. We're starting up a DAO, and we use Drip and other DeFi protocols to fund all this. If you'd like to support our mission of, and we spread the, education of cryptocurrency and NFTs and DeFi to gamers, because there's lots of gamers and streamers out there that are really struggling to make any type of income, or if they're a streamer, they're really reliant on only the subs, and like those 1 or 2 good months that they ever have, like with subs, sometimes streamers have really good months with subs, they could take that and invest that in cryptocurrency and DeFi, things like that, which we do and which we try to teach people, but we can't force anybody to do anything. We're not professionals, we're just people on the web. Not financial advisors, not financial advice, you know the saying. But regardless, if they were to do those practices that we do, they would probably see that much more return and be able to give back to their community that much more, because we're able to give back to our community a substantial amount compared to what we were previously when we were just relying on subs coming in as small streamers. And I say small streamers being streamers with less than 2,000, around 2,000 followers on all of our streaming platforms. Except for YouTube. We're still working on that YouTube one. So like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. So right now we're going to compound this, because again, this smaller one, we're going to compound and do the 6-to-1 strategy on this smaller account. And on the bigger account, we're going to do that compounding every day for a month and 7 days. And we're going to see if we can't get a $1,000 payout on that long-term time that we're in the app after that month and 7 days. So I'm preparing to get that. Cool. And then I also want to talk about a strategy for what we plan to do to increase our potential earnings that much higher once the animal farm and the piggy bank start up again tomorrow. So it's at $80 right now. At the end of this first week, we should be around $100 after compounding every single day. This is day 3? Day 2? Is it just day 2? I don't feel like it's day 2, but I feel like it might be day 2. Like, we had 1 day of compound. I think it was like day 2, technically. Like day 2/3. Like, it started, and then there was a second day, and this is the third day. But you got 2 days to compound. So compounding both of those, showing them on screen. We do compound, not a joke. We like to go buy this stuff. This is how we get bigger. And again, you should not be investing more into these type of platforms than you can afford to lose. It does say high risk at the top. With like with any cryptocurrency platform or investment, I think you need to only allocate as much as you can afford to lose. And so it's just definitely dollar cost average into those, because it just ends up working out better. I think if you had $100 that you could throw at something that's like all your money, maybe just do 50 or 20 this time, and then a week or two later, after you've made some more, gotten whatever your situation is, then throw in another 20, and you've gotten to see if that platform was actually successful enough for you to feel comfortable investing that much more in there. And maybe the price, maybe it's dipped that much more, and if it dipped that much, do you still feel comfortable going in with a higher amount, or do you feel like maybe you should roll back some? It's up to you to decide. But those are the type of things that you get to decide when you DCA in, aka dollar cost average in. So there's that. All right, so let's say we're making money from the green eggs and ham dapps, right? And we've covered these. If you want to see more information about the green eggs and ham dapp, or the white paper on the green eggs and ham dapp, the white paper is actually up on this website at the very top right here. Oops, it was right here. I think they moved it. Maybe they're changing the white paper. But if you'd like to see the white paper, I guess, even better situation, go to our previous video. Oh, here it is. They moved it to the bottom, FAQ. It's at the bottom of the page now. In our previous video, I do read that out. And so DeFi, Degen, or Degen Update on Money Match Gaming's YouTube channel, and you can get that read to you, all the important parts. So, but yeah, let's say we're earning $80 a day on this one. The other one earned $30 the other day. Oh, no freaking way. I just compounded this. Did somebody just go in? Oh, you know what? It's because I compounded it, but I'm like increasing it because I'm using my other. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Okay. Regardless. Okay, so let's say it's nice. That's really nice though, because when I compound on my other account, it helps this account out. And then I technically should compound again. I need to start compounding, do the other account first, so that gives me more on this one, and then do it. So I'll remember that for the next day. But let's say I'm earning 20, or earns $30 a day again on this one, right? Let's say it does that. What do I do with that money now that I have $30 a day? What do we do? Could keep going around in this, but again, even if you're doing the best practice on this, if you're doing that 6 days compounding and then 1 day claim, what do you do with that 1 day of gains? It's probably more than just your gas fees. So I'd say leave enough for your gas fees over the next week or so, which is probably somewhere around $5 or $10. That'd probably cover your gas fees for the next week or so on all these different applications. That includes things like Drip. Speaking of Drip, let's go over to Drip. We'll claim this in a second, actually. We got one Drip over here. We'll claim that in a second. But let's say you got that. So it's $30. And so Animal Farm is unpausing tomorrow. Piggy Bank is unpausing tomorrow. What are we going to do with that $30? I think each week, maybe. We'll have to decide how we want to do it. Maybe we'll keep our Drip, and the Drip will go into the Drip Garden. And for the BNB that we get, I think maybe it should go into the Piggy Bank tomorrow. So the BNB that we have tomorrow, I think it's going to go into the Piggy Bank. Why into the Piggy Bank? So the Piggy Bank will reward you up to 3% ROI a day on your principal. So your principal is the initial investment amount that you put in there. So it will reward you 3% per day on that. Now that is not 8%. However, you do have the opportunity to get that back out. With Grinch Bucks, that 8% is stuck in there, and you're getting a small portion of that out, kind of like how Drip works over a certain amount of time. However, with the Piggy Bank, you get to set the lockup timer. So if you want it to be 7 days, then it's locked for 7 days. You're earning 3% on that on that investment for 7 days, and then you get a lockup timer bonus. And so that's the beauty of Piggy Bank. So 3% on a $30. If we can get it up to $100, that'd be $3 a day times 21, and I'd be fine with that. I'm happy with earning 10, 5, 50 cents a day or something like that. But just letting you know, this is a way that you can potentially increase this. So we're going to do that. and we might go longer than 7 days. Maybe we just go for a month at a time with it and do like month stakeouts or something. I don't know. But your principal is increased through a time locking multiplier, creating an extremely powerful opportunity for compound growth. And so you have the ability to compound every day and the time locking multiplier. And they previously you couldn't compound every day unless you had a certain amount of piglets, but now they've changed that coding with the V2 of the Piggy Bank coming out, and even the smallest amounts will be able to compound daily. It'll come down to you wanting to spend that BNB on rotating the funds around. So longer pays better, mechanics with nonlinear, and increase in principal buy power for longer time staking. So the longer that you lock up your principal amount, that those tokens, the better it'll pay. And I guess you also have the opportunity with this application to not even lock them up, to just stake them in the contract, earn the 3% and not lock them up, but you forego the time bonus. And so that's, if you want to do that, do that. But I'm going to be locking it up for some, because even if you're doing 7 days or 3 days or something, might as well lock it up and get the time bonus plus the percent. Might as well, in my humble opinion. Early in staking ability in case of emergency, where 100% of the penalty paid goes to stakers who do not emergency end stake. So that's 100% of the penalty, and the penalty is something like 50% of everything that you've earned thus far. Have multiple stakes from the same wallet, allowing users to set up conventional lock-up strategies. So yeah, you can stake multiple different times from the exact same wallet. So on day one, you can stake, and then a few hours later, you can stake again, and then the next day, you can stake. You can keep creating your own staking strategy. A lot of people like to do what's called ladder staking strategies, and I'm sure you could look up YouTube videos about ladder staking strategies if you're super interested in that. So this is just a brief chart of like how the multiplier should work over a course of time. So length of the curve, rewards over time, and you can see it's just going up. And that might be too basic for most people, but if you really want to get more of this information, just do a little research. Last thing here is that you can get referral rewards, but they are based on how many dogs you have, and you need those dogs to be staked in the protocol. And by the protocol, I mean the animal farm. So there is this pool section over here where your dogs can be staked, and I think they have to be staked in the pools. They need to be staked in the pool. I don't think it counts if they're in the farm section of the dogs where it's liquidity. So it's paired with BUSD or paired with WBNB. Those don't count, I believe. I believe it's dogs, individual asset staked in the pool will count towards your referral amount that you can get. And so you need a certain amount of dogs to get referrals. And we've seen this in other Forex ARC projects, other drip community projects. But the numbers are 1% return on your referral bonus. So 1% from the person, whoever the heck's doing that stuff, from holding 2 dogs. If you got 3 dogs, you get 2%. 5 dogs, you get 3%. 8 dogs, you get 4%. And at 13 dogs, you get 5% from your referrals as like a bonus onto your things. So the referral mission structure based on the Drip's highly successful B-Reap dependency node with a Fibonacci sequence progression. And that's what they're saying. And I think this is the price this is the price of B-Reap. And so they're expecting the dogs token to maybe have some type of longevity like B-Reap has had, where it's going up throughout the majority of its lifetime. And early on in B-Reap, it did, it reached like $80 before, and then dropping back down to around $8 or so. And then we really started seeing it used for drip, and it shot back up and has been going up, since. And then when the animal farm opened, it went up that much higher. So that's what we're looking for in the future of drip. So there's the Piggy Bank. And if you're not sure how to use the Piggy Bank, I believe we do have some videos in our DGen update section of this YouTube channel where you can learn about that, or just YouTube it and find somebody else's if you don't want to look at ours. But there's information on that. Again, you can use our referral links for the Piggy Bank as well. If you're going to jump into something like this, consider supporting esports so that we can grow this esports scene. We are like the only grassroots esports company that I know like us that actually there's some other ones popping up now that do different types of things, but we're older than all of them. That's the crazy thing. We're older than all of them, and they just know how to access venture capital funding and stuff like that. And I'm not the type to beg like that. I'd rather do it this way. And I've only just started being like, yeah, you can use our referral links. Enough of that though. If you don't want to use the Piggy Bank because you're like, I don't know about the Piggy Bank, there is the Drip Garden, which is similar to Grinch Bucks itself. The difference between the Drip Garden and Grinch Bucks itself is that the Drip Garden uses Drip, the token from drip.community, drip network. It uses that token as liquidity. So you need to pair it up, and the easiest place to pair up drip as liquidity is to either use BNB or BUSD or a bunch of other tokens that are actually available here. Visit the drip liberation tab on the animal farm, the animal.farm, and then choose that token and swap it. It'll swap it when you approve all the transactions here. It'll swap it into drip and BUSD. And so you'll use that drip and BUSD pairing to enter into the garden. And why would you want to do that? Because the LP that you put in the garden actually earns 3% daily return. And so 3% on liquidity pair. And liquidity pairs, as many people know, can suffer impermanent loss. But if you're earning 3% on that liquidity pair, chances are you're faring out pretty dang well. And so that's just two different options. I don't want to go too much more into this one because it's very similar to Grinch Bucks and a lot of the other ROI dapps. The difference is you need to pair together liquidity, and the easiest place to do that liquidity pairing is on this platform, the animal farm, and using the drip liberation section. Also, again, if you're getting into these, use our referral link. We have referral links. They're left everywhere in the description section. I don't know if there's one for the drip garden. Is there one from the drip garden? I don't think there is one from the drip garden. Is there one from there's none for the drip garden, actually. None for the drip garden, but for the animal farm or the piggy bank, there is. For Grinch Bucks, there is. So this is the technique that we're going to be using for increasing that 3% that we earn, or that 8% that we earn from Grinch Bucks daily. We're going to be taking that once a week and putting it into the piggy bank and ladder staking out on a weekly basis, so that maybe we should do a year. I don't know. Because that would mean like after a year in the piggy bank, every week we'd be getting a pretty big payment from Money Match Gaming, and the rest of the time we'd be increasing things. And we could keep it at like $30 or something like that as we increase and earn that much more every week. Maybe we only put $30 into the piggy bank on the ladder staking. So next week we have some that's just sitting there as liquid BNB. And maybe we have to decide something else to do with that. But that's the strategy that I'm going to go with. That's what I want to share with you guys today. If you found this informational, entertaining, educational, like, comment, subscribe. Also, do your own research. Get onto these platforms. Read the white papers. Read more of the information on the page and stuff like that, because nobody's going to just do all the work for you. You have to be willing to do the work yourself if you want to be rewarded in this industry. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Your boy MMG Smurf out.